What is up, guys? Welcome to a rebuild on the Potsy FM channel, and we're going to start somewhere very close to my heart, Manchester United. Now, I know 1,000,005 people have already rebuilt Man United. They're in turmoil, but I'm going to give it my Potsy FM twist. I'm fed up with 99.9% of everyone at the club, so I'm going to use the Create a Club feature to get rid of the whole squad and build my own fantasy team and see where they go. Okay, so we're at the Create a Club feature. We're going to keep all this stuff. Potsy FM's Man United is what we're going to be called. We're going to play our games at Potsy World. And we're going to stay in Manchester. Why not? So in the game to choose the dream, this is where I'm literally going to clear the squad. And I'm going to use that 1.14 billion squad budget to build a 25-man team capable of doing what I want United to do. And that is, to be fair, just play well at the moment is what I want them to do. But long term, I want them to win trophies. So I'm going to build this team and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I've built my team. And before I introduce you to it, I'm just going to say that I tried to keep it semi-realistic. Well, as realistic as you can when you're, releasing every single player from a club and replacing them. I didn't want to just go in and get Haaland, Mbappe, Bellingham, the best players in the world. I wanted to try and aim for players that I think realistically Man United could still attract, and at the same time I am still trying to win things. So I've gone for kind of two players in every position, and this is who I've gone for. So my first choice goalkeeper, I've gone for Emiliano Martinez from Aston Villa. Aston Villa are doing wonders in the Premier League. He counts as homegrown in nation as well. I had a little bit of that to think about, but yeah, I think a fairly good option in goal. My backup, a Gurkhan. I think he actually replaced Bayindir for Trabzonspor, so kind of feels semi-realistic. I didn't want to go for any of the Man United players other than a couple of youngsters I brought in just to do homegrown at club. But yeah, he'll be a good backup. Tom Heaton as third choice, just because, well, I hope he counts as a homegrown at club. If not, he's only a third choice keeper anyway. First of my two choices for right fullback is Jeremy Frimpong. He's doing very well at Bayer Leverkusen. He's been a player that's been around for a little while. Came through at Celtics. I think he also counts as homegrown in nation. Yeah, good option. And then also Matty Cash. A bit of a theme here. I've raided Aston Villa quite heavily, but he comes in as right back, backup right back, first choice right back. We'll see. And my two options for left fullback, again, raiding Leverkusen for Alex Grimaldo. A wonder kid on previous FM versions. He's 27 now, so maybe he was never a wonder kid. Maybe he was just a good, cheap option for a left back. But he's doing really well for Bayer Leverkusen. So we brought him in, along with Amar Dedic from RB Salzburg. I mean, if the Man United scouts would play Football Manager, they'd know that he turns into quite a good fullback. So, yeah, one for the future / good player. I'll take that. Now, my centre-back options, surprise, surprise, I rated Leverkusen. Edmund Tapsoba. I was kind of thinking, just going through some of the clubs in Europe about centre-back, and I was going to go for Upamecano from Bayern, but I thought, save some money in the budget. Tapsoba is a cheaper option, and I think he's probably just as good. Similar thinking with Aguerd from West Ham. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about him. I haven't seen him play much, but, West Ham won the Conference League. He's a pretty good option for a squad player. Nico Schlotterbeck, I'm a big fan of him on Football Manager. Very versatile in defence. So I felt like he'd be a good option to bring in. And last but not least, back to Villa, Pau Torres. I'll be honest, I can't believe United didn't sign him in real life. I can't believe they let Villa take him. He's big, he's strong. What more could you want in a centre-back? He's got 16 for heading. He's got 17 for jumping reach, so he's going to be a threat in both boxes. No-brainer, really. Then on to the midfield roles. Yves Bissouma, solid option. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. So I try to bring in options that could cover both formations, and I think Bissouma fits the bill. And I watched Newcastle versus Man United a couple of weeks ago, and the Newcastle fans were chanting, there's only one Bruno. So I brought him. Bruno Guimaraes. Fernandes out, Guimaraes in. You offer me that right now? I would take it. Next, Milinkovic Savic. Now, I know he's just gone to Saudi for big money, but I figured he's young enough to still come back to the Premier League, and United were linked with him for so long. Again, another one I can't really believe that they let slip through their fingers. So I thought I'd bring him in. Fede Valverde. I'm a massive fan of this dude. Probably the most unrealistic option in the squad, but yeah, like it wouldn't be a draft and without me picking up this guy. For those that saw my Chelsea series last year, I was desperate to get him. I couldn't get him. Now I've got him. And into the more attacking roles now. Moritz Kjærgaard, I think it's how it's pronounced. Again, RB Salzburg, just a wonder kid factory. He's got so much versatility. If we do play the 4-2-3-1, he's a natural in that shadow striker role. Some work to be done on his attributes, but at 20 years old, I think he's a solid option for years to come. Jared Bowen, English, can play anywhere in behind the striker. Yeah, very, very reliable option, and I would not be surprised if it's one that Man United turn to if they can get rid of Sancho or Antony on the right. I'd take Jared Bowen easily. Abire Eze next on the list. Again, homegrown in nation, very good attacking option. Surely it's only a matter of time before he leaves Crystal Palace. He's got himself into the England squad this year, and now he's got himself into Potsy's Man United squad. Cairo Matoma up next. Massive fan. I love his dribbling. I love his directness. A big reason why Brighton are doing so well. And yeah, I'd swap him for Rashford right now without even thinking. Leo Abada was next. Partly because of his price, partly because of his potential. But yeah, another option to come in. Probably be back up to Bowen on the right-hand side. But we've got him for years to come, and I think he'll be a very, very solid player for us. And another probably somewhat unrealistic option, but Rafa Leao. We had quite a bit of money left in the budget. I was looking for a left winger. I feel like at Milan, it's still somewhat of an achievable transfer for United. But yeah, we need to do it soon because he's on his way up, and United at the moment, they're not going anywhere. And now for the attacker, Victor Osimhen. Again, I feel like if he had other options, he probably wouldn't choose United. But if we could act early enough, we could definitely persuade him to leave Napoli. And last but not least, back to Aston Villa, Ollie Watkins. Very solid Premier League striker. I think he's doing really well for Aston Villa. And I've heard quite a few people say they would rather us gone in for someone like him over Højlund. I like Højlund. I was tempted to bring him in, but I decided a firm no on all of the Man United players. So yeah, Ollie Watkins, great option. And I also brought back Kobbie Mainoo. I know he's like playing United first team now, but he won't play much in the first season, if any, and he suits the European registration laws. So Kobbie Mainoo comes in. And that's the team. So all that's left now is to simulate and see how we get on. Tactic-wise, I'm just going to go with a standard 4-2-3-1 gegenpress. I think that gives the players we've got the best option, and it gets the likes of Kjærsgaard some time in that attacking midfield role to grow. I think we're going to lock him in for season 1 just to see how he can improve. And yeah, going to simulate the season, see how we get on. Right then, time to see how we got on. Competitions. Ooh, third in the league. I'll take that. Quarterfinal by Man City in the FA Cup. Quarterfinal by Man City. Semi-final by Newcastle. That's a little bit disappointing. 25 league goals for Victor Osimhen, though. That is pretty good. If we look at the squad, it's no surprise. Victor Osimhen with the goals, 35 in 41 games. That's pretty damn good. Rafa Leao with 20. Eze with 20 and 29 and 14 assists. I'm going to tell you what. For me, that could be the most impressive out of all of them. 15 for Watkins, 10 for Kjærgaard, 10 for taps over from set pieces. Jared Bowen with 8. I mean, yeah. Valverde chipping in. Guimaraes with 5. Ben Russell. I mean, he's pretty good. He must have just been a regen that they put in. Maybe we didn't have enough members in the squad and they've put this guy in. We'll take it. We'll take it. A wing back. Getting involved. Assist-wise. Yep, Rafa Leao with 23. Ben Russell. He played all the games at right fullback. 52 appearances. So they've given us a regen that they make better than Matty Cash and better than Frimpong. Frimpong with 7 starts and 31 appearances off the bench. 3 appearances on the left back as well. That is quite surprising. Grimaldo looks like he played most of the games at left back. But yeah, 20 and 14 for Ebery Eze. I'm made up with that. Not enough to get another England cap though, which is surprising. I mean, can he push on next year? Maybe break into the England side? I mean, he only got 15 goals in 85 for Palace, so 11 and 37 for us. That is pretty good. What have the board given us to spend? Why this is here, I'll never know. Holy crap, 205 million. If we don't win the Premier League after spending that, we never will. So let's get that spent then. See how well we can build on what's already a pretty good team. I mean, I will just look at the finances. An overall balance of 483 million. I mean, they must have wiped out the debts that Man United have. Yeah, net debt of 0, despite having bank loans and stuff here that looks like we're still due to pay. I think that's been massive in terms of do expenditure. Loan repayments, we're still paying £20 million a month in loan repayments, only 11 there, 120 million over the course of the season. I mean, it baffles me. But third place, we'll take that. Let's continue to rebuild. I think I'm only going to do one more season because, you know, it is a blank canvas. I tore up the squad and started again. I don't think I should need 5 seasons, but who knows? We'll see how season 2 goes. I'll see you on the 31st of August when you can see our additions. So we've got ourselves through to deadline day. We've spent a lot of money. We've only actually brought in 2 players and I tried to keep them realistic signings. One of them is probably not a realistic fee, but it's FM. We did, however, say goodbye to Emiliano Martinez. He went back to Arsenal for 86 million, a pretty good deal, and we had already signed his replacement. And on deadline day, Matty Cash handed in a transfer request. Everton came in for him, £25.5 million. He didn't play all too much last season, just 2 appearances, so I decided he could go. And the first player in through the door was Aaron Ramsdale from Arsenal, so it's no wonder they went back in for Martinez. 62 million. He's played 4 games for us so far, only conceded the 1 goal. Basically, the way I worked it out, I just went to the squad planner, the 2 weakest area, or there was a 2.5 star, everything else was 3.5 or 3 star and above. So they're the 2 areas I splashed out, and one was goalkeeper and one was left back. And Theo Hernandez was the one we bought in. It is 160 million. Like I said, not a realistic fee, but I kind of feel like a realistic transfer. Look at the value on him already. He started all 4 games. He's got 2 assists already for us. So I think it will be a good signing long term. Premier League has kicked off and we have 4 wins from 4. We are flying. Eze with a massive highest rating. He's actually top scorer in the league with 6. Osimhen's got 4. They were against 4-0 on the opening day of the season at home to Manchester City. Osimhen with a double, Eze with a double. Happy days. Then another 4-0, this time away at Tottenham. Osimhen with a double again, Eze on the score sheet, and Pau Torres getting a goal. And then a third 4-0 win in a row. Bruno Guimarães and Eze with a hat-trick. All in the last half an hour of the game. Osimhen having an off day. And then we broke our streak. There was 4 goals in this, but unfortunately for us, Josh Sargent, who always seems to score against me in FM, he is undoubtedly a nemesis of mine. But we got 3 of our own. Jared Bowen, Rafa Leao, and Tapsoba with a penalty. Not sure why centre-back's taking our penalties, but he is. And if I filter our fixtures by Champions League, I mean, it's not easy, is it? Barcelona, Atletico, Inter, Copenhagen and Ludogorets, so really need to take advantage of November. AC Milan, a couple of players will be going back to the San Siro, and Bratislava and PSV to finish up. So let's get this sim done and see if we can finally win the league. I say finally, this season 2, but with a complete gutting of the team and you know, pretty much a free range pick of who we brought in. We should be winning it in 2 seasons, really. So we've made it to the end of the season, 26th of May 2025. It's time to see how we got on this year. And we won the Premier League. Look at that, by 3 points. Quarter-final or semi-final of the Champions League, knocked out by PSG. PSG Real Madrid final. Oh, I was on penalties as well. Oh, that's disappointing. Osimhen got the top goal scorer and Mbappe scores in the final. Rafael with the most assists. You could argue he deserved it. Emirates FA Cup quarterfinal by Arsenal, quarterfinal Carabao by Villa. But the main thing is Premier League Championes. Let's look at the squad. Who got the most goals? Victor Osimhen, 38 in 46. Absolutely unreal. Rafael with 19. Eze again, 17 and 15. What a signing he was. Shehu, I think, is another one of the regens that the game give us. It is. He's dynamite. Frimpong getting 10 goals and 11 assists. That is pretty impressive. 9 for Watkins, 7 for Kjærgaard. Only the 7 for Tapsoba. But he outscored Valverde and SMS. Jared Bowen, 5. Didn't get much game time. Matoma only got 1 start for his 4 goals. Let's look at the assists then. Shehu, 16. Eze, 15. Ben Russell. So they're the two, or at least 2 regens that the game give us. Rafael with 12. 12 for Teo Hernandez, 11. I mean, we scored some goals this year. But yeah, first in the Premier League. All it took was tearing up every contract in the squad, rebuilding from scratch, and then spending 200 million in season 2. If you enjoyed that and you want to see more rebuilds, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss the next one. Thanks for watching.